Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We're going to take a look at the gold and silver markets for today and what's going on and what the dollar is doing to them. Before we do that, let's take a look at some silver, specifically the limited fortitude 1.75 ounce Salivate Metal round. As many of you know, I posted a video a little while back that these things have truly become limited. Yes, there is a cap. There will be a lid on these, both in terms of mintage and time. That's right. You only have until the end of December or until 100 pieces sell out. Now, many people have asked, and this is why I'm bringing this up, said, well, it's some back order. I'm just going to wait till they get more in stock. No, don't pay attention to this. They have to put that there so that you know that you're not going to get it immediately as soon as you buy it. But what happens is these are going to be available when all the orders are in. And there's 100 pieces minted. There will only be 100 pieces minted. They haven't struck them yet. They're waiting until they sell out. So, and this number is now behind because more have sold. At least several more have sold. But they're available, and thought I'd let the community know. So place your order before they sell out if you're interested in acquiring one, that is. It would be a good time to do it. The other thing to make folks know about, even though it's in the description, you can see there's links to these, but people have been asking me for some swag. That's right, some Saliswag, so I call it here. Yes, indeed, you can get your own Salivate Metal mug, a slurping device, so to speak. There's shirts here for the Fortitude round, for the Salivate Metal round. And in fact, if you look at the back of this sucker here, you can see on the back is the back. So that each of these shirts has an obverse and reverse. Isn't that fancy? And even if you don't buy one, you can go to the website, and for hours of entertainment, you can go through here and just click the front and back. In fact, I would just do that. To me, that's satisfactory enough. Who needs to buy one of these things? You can just go to the website and go through here, and you can click on them, and you can see the front and back. That's pretty cool. Heck, that's satisfactory enough. You don't need to buy one. Just do this. Nice. Anyways, all right, there we go. So, let's back to the subject at hand. Here we have gold and silver pretty flat. Especially, well, they've gone down a little bit. Copper's flat. Gold and silver are down. And this time it's because of the dollar. Is gaining a little bit of strength. There's been some other factors that have come into play with regards to gold and silver, but now the dollar is coming back and becoming and have an effect on the precious metals markets here. Gold prices logged the lowest finish in a week Monday as the strength of the dollar and gains in the U.S. stock market dulled bullion demand. The yellow metal has now fallen by more than $9 an ounce from the more than 3-month high it settled in at Tuesday. With equities, investors sought gold's relative safety. December gold fell $8.20 to 0.7% to settle at $12.2760 an ounce, the lowest finish for a most active contract since October 22nd. Facts that data show. Moving ahead, for October, gold was so far up 2.7 from the heels of 6 consecutive monthly declines. December silver, as a dollar down at 1.5%, shed 25.8 cents, or 1.8% of the $14.44 an ounce, which was its lowest since October 10th, ended just in a positive territory last week. Strength in the dollar Monday was partially undermining gold, but we get the sense that the slight tilt back towards a deflationary psychology from slower Chinese data and continuing weakness in equities and undermining classic physical commodities like gold, silver, copper, and energies, analyst at Zaner Precious Metals wrote in a daily note. Clearly, the safe haven role of gold remains in place under the surface, but the declines in global equities overnight have risen to a level that stoked rotation safe haven buying. It's a very interesting indeed. Talk about the benchmark stock indexes in Asia saw losses, and the U.S. stocks traded mostly higher. And there was a sell-off and recovery today, or the other way around, of the market. It's versatile. I mean, it is volatile right now. The market is. and the metals are reacting according here. A sell-off in global equities and rising geopolitical and economic uncertainty had pushed gold back above $1,200 an ounce, with buying and the unwind of bearish gold bets also driving gains. Investor flows into bullion, also considered a haven and store of value during times of stress, also increased as shown by inflows to physically backed exchange-traded products, analysts have said. Yes, indeed. The most popular SPDR gold sharing exchange traded fund shed 0.7% in Monday's dealings, though month to date it was up 2.9%. Among other metals traded in COMEX, December copper ended nearly flat at $2.74 a pound, and that's just it. That's a pound. Copper is priced in pound for its weight. So every time you go and buy a copper round from wherever, you know you're only buying it because you're either completing a collection or because you like it. I mean, $1 a round is pretty cheap, you know, for copper compared to silver and like, but don't ever buy it as a hedge, copper. Because, you know, a whole pound is worth $2.74. You're paying a very high premium for your copper products. But nonetheless, it's fun to get them every once in a while. And so there it is. So there's that. So let's take a look at the prices for gold and silver. We can see where they're at in platinum and palladium. Palladium took a pretty big hit, $14 loss. But gold still up there, and that's just it. You know, it's... Look at here, we're back into the normalcy in regards to the volatility here. As had been mentioned before, that silver didn't make a whole lot of moves in the last big jumps or in price. With gold here, it fell negative or 0.32%. So well under 1%, a third of 1% there, whereas silver fell 1.63%. So by and large, silver is a more volatile metal, which makes sense because it is used more as a commodity. It's going to have much more sensitivity to the markets on a day-to-day average than gold will. And platinum is kind of holding steady here, very little change in it. It is basically relatively flat. And palladium, as we see, has really the largest dollar move, but even it was not the biggest mover down in price, you know, as compared to silver. Now, as to what's going on and making predictions, you know, I kind of have stuck with my, at least up until now, I had stuck with, or the last video, that silver would be close to 20, not quite edge above 20, and that gold would be close to $1,400, but not quite edge above $1,400. I'm going to have to revise my I was wrong on that. I'm going to revise it now before the end of the year, because those are my predictions for the end of the year. It's just, I just do this for fun, but I'm going to go ahead and say that silver will be up. I believe that silver will flirt with $15. It may get up over and come back down, get just below $15 by the end of the year. And gold, I believe, will increase somewhat as well. And I'm going to say that gold may get up into the 1240s, maybe flirt with $1,250, $1,250 by the end of the year. I think that we have seen the bottom for the year. I don't think that we will see gold go below $1,200 before the end of the year. I don't think we'll see silver go below $14. I think those are pretty safe assumptions at this point, and predictions. So those are my revised predictions. We will see how things play out. I was obviously very wrong in my prediction. Well, unless there's some black swan or some major event that could change course. You know, it's now considered a pipe dream to think that silver's going to go up to close to $20, and a pipe dream to think that gold's going to go up to $1,400. At least I hope not. As a buyer, I wanted to be wrong anyway. No skin in the game, just fun to kind of look at those and analyze those. But anyway, so there you have it. There's your kind of outlook for today. The dollar is slapping down gold and silver a little bit for now, and we'll see how things play out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.